Beerzerker. Stranger Than Fiction. Porter, 5.5% from Hamilton, Ontario. Morgan Sorensen is the artist on the can. Contains wheat and barley. There's how small it's written. There's not just digging on this brewery. It's like every beer can ever, right? How are you supposed to read that? Whatever. There's not much on the can. It's just a porter with wheat and barley. I think that's what that says, wheat. I'm assuming that's what it says. 473 milliliter can, I believe. Warmed it up a little bit, but it is cool. Fairly cool. Never had this beer. It is carbonated, not nitrogenated. Quite carbonated, but looks of it, dark. Well, like a brown, like dark for a beer head, we'll say, right? You know what I mean? Because it's like rapidly dissipating, but yeah, bit of a craft beer head to it, if you know what I mean, like shitty craft beer head a little bit. Smells pretty good. Minerally, yeah, it's not really tasting like an English porter, right? Well, it's good. We're getting some really good roastiness in the finish. Near the finish, minerally metallic in the very finish. We know what that means. Not a lot of hops. Yeah, so minimal hopping. I'm not tasting any hop varieties that I could describe. Besides maybe something like Goldings, you know? There's not really... Like, I'm not like, oh, there's fucking Cascade in this, or like nothing like that. It's just a very old world type, somewhat generic hop flavor. Nice chocolatey roastiness. These guys make really good beer. This is not a bad beer. It's just, and there is, I'm not trying to dig on them for that, because we need more of these porters, right? And even if they are just a basic porter like this, so don't think that I'm like shitting on this beer, but it's not like a super outrageously exciting and unique type of porter. The head is dissipated, very low carb. Well, not low carb, but high carb, but the head's dissipated. Small bubbles. Interesting yet not interesting. This is, I may have had this before, like years ago. It's smooth. There's a smoothness to it, a bit of carbonation attack at the front, and then it smooths out, kind of like an oatmeal stout, but not fully. You're getting some chocolatey flavors from the chocolate type malts in here, or whatever dark malts you're using. Then you're getting into some minerally territory and some metallic in the finish. Pretty straightforward. Drinking out of the appropriate, well, I guess a porter would be a skull crusher, but stouts and that, the pint glass is the appropriate glassware. Ish, you know. I don't think it's a real hard, fast rule or whatever, but we shall continue to drink the porter. I got these masks to do like musical things and for drinking malt liquor. But all the malt liquor comes in cans, and you just cannot drink a can of beer with this on. So we're doing a porter review as Lucha Libre Zerker. Huh. It's an enjoyable beer. Not enough porters. Glad they're doing it. But this just makes me crave even more like an American porter. Like now I want to have a porter with some, even if it's just more old school resiny American hops, but anything in that vein. Like we have one here come from from Troubled Monk called Open Road Brown Ale, which is basically that. And fuck, that is a good beer. Huh. Well, I'm not a big fan of the lack of aroma hops in here. I kind of am and I kind of am not. Because that's when you get the chalkiness, the copper coin, the mineraliness. I don't necessarily hate those flavors. I do, when I have a stouter porter with more aroma hops in it, especially of English varieties, then I like, and then I'm like, oh wow, this is so good. Or then I start to forget about all the minerally type copper coin chalky flavors you get out of something like this. They're both good, but I think when you drink them side by side, one that's aroma hopped is I'm not saying they didn't aroma hop it, they didn't aroma hop it enough for my liking. So I don't know if that made any sense at all. If it had a little more hops in the finish, I think, especially if it's whole cone hops, when these British styles like this, when you can taste like an authentic old school one, like from England, and they've used whole cone hops, and I was never a big fan of whole cone hops, but I think with the English varieties and the English styles, it really shows through. And then if you are still getting the mineraliness with whole cone hops, taste more. You can taste the leafiness. I'm telling you, you can. T3 hop pellets are really good. They're not bad. They're just, when they're compressed into that, you wouldn't think it, but you lose the leafiness, which is not really the hoppy alpha acids and all the flavors, but you are losing the taste of the vegetal lettucey nature of the outside of the hop cone. I know that sounds like I'm fucked in the head and I'm just making shit up, but if you taste those beers side by side, maybe it's just me, I'm pretty sure when you compress the T3 hop pellet, you lose that thing. And in some beers, I don't like that. I've had whole cone hop beers that I've brewed with like Bravo, where I was like, I could definitely don't give a shit about that leafiness with that. But with an English hop variety and an English porter, sometimes that leafiness is nice. That's what I'm trying to say. That would kick this up a notch. Not a bad beer. The head dissipation, the carbonation, could use a little more hops. The basic beer work that they brewed is pretty damn good. I think it's just a matter of more head retention, maybe just a little more alpha acids in here, and that would definitely kick it up for me, but I'm not going to give it a low rate. But it's definitely nothing special. And it's not junk. It's just a straight ahead craft brewed porter. I'm starting to get a little bit of hops now in the finish. It is warming up a little bit, degassing a little. A very slight bit of hop flavor in the finish. It's just also confirming what I was saying earlier, that will help this out. It is better all of a sudden that I got a little whiff of that hop cone flavor. Huh. Well, I gotta say, it's a porter. Out of 11, what shall we give it? I spray myself some more to drink. Here, give it a shot of the color here in the light. A little bit of readiness there. It's almost like a stout. You know what I mean? Like it's It's real, like, on the line, too, between porter and stout, I think. Depending who's judging it, I suppose. Who's judging that criteria statistic. It's better when it degasses. It's getting a little more malty. It's getting a little sweeter. Delicious. Well, I showed the can art for you. May as well enjoy the can art as we rant about the mundaneness of traditional porter. It's like a desert. No, it's not. Well, it's like a desert thing in the pyramid in the background and a interdimensional mirror image, like sci-fi thing or something. Smelling more hops all of a sudden. Now, granted, this beer is quite a bit warmer than what a lot of people would drink it. So, yeah, it's a warm drinker, I would say. I didn't have a cold, but it's getting better the more it warms up, and it wasn't terrible warm. Which I'm wondering, does colder beer give you less of those fuzzy heads on top? Because I'm finding with porter, if I drink it real warm, it gets a more fluffier, kind of a shittier head in a way. Or is that just me? I don't know. Nice mouthfeel. It almost seems like English yeasty, like SO4 almost, or it could be from malts, and now it seems lower carbonation and syrupier. It's really smooth. That's nice. Well, yeah, this is a long time drinker. You really got to mull over this. It's all right. That is an enjoyable. The more it warms up, I think cold, this would be kind of fucking, like, kind of meh, you know? Like, it wouldn't be all that shit hot cold. I think the warmer it gets, the better it fucking gets. Was diagnosed with what the fuck? So you know, you test these videos out, you know? Is this just me? You test out the videos. There's no ads and that weird-ass proggy sci-fi fucked up shit. And then, next time you listen to it, they just randomly throw up a fucking ad. What the hell is that about? Why am I taking so long to drink this? This beer is morphing in mouthfeel quite drastically. With the carbonation, all that intense carbonation, like staticky stuff, is like pretty much gone, and it's just like smoothed right out. Yeah, it could do a little hops. That's where I'll dock it on hops. There's good mouthfeel when it warms up, but there is not really a lot of yeast flavors going on either, which would probably, I don't know, it's hard to do that with craft beer because SO4 kind of tastes like shit cold. You know what I mean? It doesn't do the right thing. So it's just a waste. And I don't know what they used here, but it's getting better as it warms up, that's for sure. Cold, I can't tell the difference between SO4 and 05 hardly. But warm, I can definitely tell the difference. By warm, I mean not, you know, cellar temperature. Well, the chocolatiness is really nice in this. I think I shall rate it out of 11. We shall deem this beer My brain just jumped to a number, but I'm going to give it the real number because compared to what I rate other things, this beer is probably an 8.85 out of 11. It's up there. It's really good, but there's a lot of shit you can do to a porter to kind of bump it up a little bit. You know, this is a style where you got a lot of upwards momentum with porter. You don't have to just stop here. It is a great grain bill, though. I think a little bit of work you could do with the aroma hop additions in here could really turn this into a lot of different beers, you know. Yeah. It's alright. Beerzerker, and I'm out. Yeah.